Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Secure After Dark podcast. I'm your host, as usual, Tanner, and I've got with me here the one and only Donovan Farrow,
Let's go.
the our commander in chief here at Alias. He's gonna join me. And if you guys don't know, Donovan is not just a CEO entrepreneur guy. He's actually old school hacker. He's legit on that stuff. So I like having these conversations. Also, a fellow whiskey nerd, and we have here one of our favorites, Old Forester 1920.
For sure.
Yeah,
It's pretty
this
awesome.
is it's kind of a bit of a high proof, but it's a
My favorite is like, yeah, man, I drink whiskey. So as kind of a prank, kind of funny thing, I'm like, yeah, I drink this. It's 115, which is if you, it's a lot. It's a lot, and we're gonna give a little review on this. So yeah, thanks for the intro, man. We've been when we first discovered this, a few years ago?
Mhm.
Dang.
yeah, been a minute. Yeah, good stuff.
Woo! Man, I could probably spit fire with that one. That's pretty good.
I like it.
I haven't had that in a minute, actually. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so thank you for bringing me on. I think we were kind of discussing today about
All the new ransomware.
all the new ransomware.
All of it. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of new groups coming in.
Yeah.
And we're finding new ones every day. We have a feed that we made up in the SOC, and it pulls from a few different sources, and it just always shows up on the TV all the new reported ransomwares by scouring a bunch of Tor sites. And it is showing groups that I've never heard of before
Yeah.
on a weekly basis, and it is just popping up. They're hitting 5, 6, 7, 8 in a day. I mean, they're just
That's
dunking.
great.
They're hitting all kinds of stuff.
You make me feel really smart because I can go in there and be like, "Who's that? What's going on?" It's a pretty cool little dashboard we have in our SOC. So it actually is really cool. I heard that you had made that. We haven't even talked about it.
Yeah.
No, it's super cool. Like if you want to talk, because I think it's super cool.
Yep.
Like you guys know the cool like dog and pony show. Do you guys actually do cybersecurity? This one actually matters. We're not actually playing YouTube videos of actually like a DDoS attack back in I don't know 2008. It's a real one. No, it's true.
Yeah.
What
the
was
Nord.
the Nord? There you go. The Nord dashboard.
Yeah.
So we have real ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess based off that, I'm interested in like what new groups are you seeing? And I mean, I feel like the attacks. We were just doing some reading about something. What 3.0 the other yesterday or earlier today. The group was whatever. So what's on good news?
I mean, Cicada. Just saw today. Cicada 3301 is another new one. Maybe they're not new, but I wasn't super familiar with them.
Yeah.
Somebody has retaken the Conti name, so that's back. Klopp's doing a lot.
How do you reconquer Conti? Like
usually just decide?
did they just like go to GoDaddy and like ask like buy domain and GoDaddy negotiated that? That'd be bad like $100.
I think they just took the Onion sites.
I'm just saying it would be funny if they went through.
Yeah,
They didn't, but it'd be funny.
I don't think it's the original people, but I have no idea. I don't think anybody does.
So yeah,
But what the main thing is looking at the numbers, and they're kind of prompting me to.
yeah.
There has been 7,000 reported so far in 2026. Last year in 2025, for the whole year, there was about 6,000 reported.
Last year in 2024, you're fine.
Or 2024, yeah.
Okay.
So we're on track to hit double the amount of reported ransomware. Really 100% more.
Are you? Is it? I was reading into that. I wonder, is it the same kind of thing? Like people steal, encrypt? Is that kind of the same thing? Because, man, that's a. I feel like this happens every like 3 or 4 years for some reason.
Yeah.
Like cycles, right?
We're seeing less encryption. We're still seeing some encryption, don't get me wrong. We're still seeing walkers, but we're seeing a little less encryption on the ransomware. We're
Yeah.
seeing a lot more of people just taking data and
Sure.
extorting with it.
Is that? You think that's out of like, we don't want to use ransomware and we just like I don't know because it's easier.
It's still ransom. They're just not encrypting. They're
Yeah.
still ransoming data because they're exfiltrating the data and going, "Hey, we have all your data." I think that maybe people have realized that actually shutting the company down from working
That was what I was
doesn't
like.
do you any favors in getting your money.
Well, it doesn't because it probably pisses them off. Honestly,
It-
and we work for a lot of clients who are like, "Hey, man, we're gonna, pardon my French. Welcome to this podcast." Fuck that. Like, I'm not paying these guys fucking anything because they stole from me, and they encrypted. I can't even make money right now, so my number. Yeah, so I was like trying to find some like you talking about new ransomware groups, and so in the SOC we have this cool whiteboard, and which you may not be able to see, but it has made me laugh. Word of the week, it says lulsbo, which made me laugh because I was talking about like in my talks for ransomware, dude, like For the Lulz was like actually kind of cool. Was it Lizard Squad?
That was one, yeah.
Yeah, they shut down. They ruined Christmas for a lot of kids. It was actually kind of funny because it was For the Lulz. They didn't do ransomware. They didn't make money off of it. But it was kind of funny. Can you please? I love this so much. Lulz Boat.
Yeah. So the Lulz Boat was the public moniker of a group called LulzSec. And what they did is they only hacked things for the lulz. It wasn't
the monocle guys.
Yeah. It wasn't politically motivated. It wasn't financially motivated. It was explicitly for the lulz. And what's funny is they mostly just hacked like poorly configured web servers and stuff. None of the stuff was super elite.
Yeah.
But they really did some work. They did some of the craziest hacks. Can you read the list of?
So it says public persona used by LulzSec, which is gangster, in 2011. That's how. Listen, I don't know how old you are, but Tanner and I, well, especially me, I feel like I'm like 800 years old technology wise. But check this out. They hacked the FBI, Sony, PBS. What the really?
Yeah.
It's great. Sorry, I have so many. Anyway, InfraGard, which, dude, I actually got notified. Yeah, the InfraGard. So all the contacts for InfraGard, you had to re-authenticate because I'm a part of that. I try to help. I do my part. CIA.gov, LOL, AT&T, AOL, because they existed. That's how all we are. AZ-DOS with, what's that?
What?
AZ-DOS with mostly what?
Oh, Arizona Department of Safety.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was so they got a lot, but yeah, that was just hacking for the lulz. So that was
Yeah. Well, earlier you were talking about like how the ransomware, like they're stealing. I feel like we're going backwards. So they're stealing data and sending a ransom. Do you feel like I was increasing, but why? Like I don't understand. Like I mean, I understand like making business, but I feel like it kind of tampered down. Is it like an election thing? I feel like it's kind of related to like politically. Is the government tampering down on like busting ransomware team, or like what's that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I really can't tell you why it's going up. I mean, there's a little bit more of people learning new attack vectors for sure. We're seeing a lot more attacks through like M365. We're seeing people exploiting teams and using rogue token to steal tokens and teams.
Listen, this guy has a fountain. I have to pause him all the time. Let's talk about a 365. What does that look like for ransomware?
Well, it's not.
So I say ransomware. It's but they're stealing data, or
yeah.
I feel like we're going back.
Keep in mind we're out of the realm of talking about encryption now.
Yeah.
So that's another thing is decoupling encrypting and locking data from just ransomware. Typically, whenever we say ransomware, historically, we're talking about they come in, they encrypt everything to steal the data, not in that order, and then they ransom it, right? So it's kind of a double extortion. We're seeing a lot of people moving to single extortion, which it's a lot harder to push out a locker if you're just popping a Teams environment.
It's interesting how it's kind of moved because I felt like a lot of clients we work with, which I love, but this is kind of funny. It's funny, not funny. Sorry. This is After Dark. We talk a little bit of shit here. So what's hilarious and wild is they will steal your shit and they will, which I think is actually hilarious and also whatever. It's funny. They will get your insurance policy and they will highlight for you specifically what they will cover and what your deductible was, because we said it's like $6 million is the standard, right? So they'll only ransomware and send you back, hey, we have your data, here's proof, here's your policy. They'll pay up to $6 million, and guess what we want?
Yeah,
$6 million.
That's what it costs.
And out of attorneys and compliance trying to dig through what the insurance policy is, they've already done it for you.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a thank you. And what's one thing I was going to talk to you about this is out of all the ones we worked, even talking to hackers, which is funny. We should talk about that down the road. What we may or may not have talked to, in the metaverse to the hackers, is them giving like a risk assessment.
Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah.
Okay.
You used to see that a little more. I haven't seen that lately, but
I would love to see like what formats. I feel like there's some metadata we might be able to scrape from that.
I've seen before where they basically prepare a report if you pay the ransom, and they're like, here's how we got in, here's the things you need to fix, here's how you fix it. I have actually seen them patch and fix things for people before.
Is it mostly legitimate? Because I mean, as the audience, like, okay, well, they're attackers anyway. Is that legit? Like, I mean, from your opinion, because you're the
I've never really gotten to do like a pre-post sort of thing.
That is so cool. I know.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
feel like everyone's like, it's all sticky and it's like, tar, they just want to get rid of it. Because I'm like, can I please see the report and look, we validate if it's actually valid?
Yeah, I would love to.
I wonder if they use like, like Nessus and they just change shit.
I'm sure some use Nessus. I'm sure. I think that the main thing that people are doing, if they're not phishing, if they're not attacking cloud infrastructure, what I think a lot of people are still doing is new exploit comes down, they write up a script that goes and searches for the exploit on Shodan or Infosys or whatever.
Sure.
And then they go, okay, cool, we know these are likely vulnerable. And then they just cast that wide net and they launch that exploit at everything.
Man.
And if it's an auth bypass for Palo Alto or something like that, they hit all of them. Whatever they can get in, they get in. The ones they can't, they can't.
Yeah, and that was the kind of the file thing I'm thinking, where a lot of people got fired because you can't.
Oh,
or no.
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Draw a blank. It was a big, huge hack 2 years ago.
And they sprayed Odays everywhere. And it was a third party that did like a file. I'm getting generic file share that they were able to get a hold of that. Do you think that they're kind of waiting on the Oday to drop and they probably have a script ready to rock, insert exploit and then spray the internet?
There's definitely a lot of that. Yeah. And then whenever an exploit goes for sale on a crime board or something like that, that's actually not as common as people think it is, though, where they're actually buying up an Oday, hitting people with the Oday. Because most of the time you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like we can go on Shodan right now. We can find 100 businesses that we could bot right now.
Sure.
And so why would you spend $20,000 on an Oday that might work, that might get you in, you might find some people if you got 100 guaranteed targets in front of you at all times?
I don't know. That's a really good question. Is it more of an industrial thing then? I mean, when you say that, because I mean, like even just generically, like you said, going to Shodan, we don't have any RDP open. I talk about this in my blog. Like, there's no RDP. It's like, oh, well, hold up though, dog. I know when you reached out to us, you turned it off. But 2 weeks ago, when you did the troubleshooting for your Palo Altos, not sponsored by them, just saying an example, you had it open so they could troubleshoot your Palo Alto internally, and you never
Forgot to turn it off. We've seen that at least 5 times where they made a config change either to troubleshoot something or forgot to turn it off, or they accidentally made a config change, something along those lines, or they ended up just opening things wide open. Allow any right at the top. Everything's good. And listen, they don't know it's there, or they forgot that it's there or something like that. We've seen that quite a lot. And at that point, it's like, how many legacy systems do you have that have RDP with the password?
Yeah.
Most people got something. Sure. And then at that point, you're getting password sprayed by every script kiddie in the world.
I mean, like I was talking about the one we worked, maybe this last year. The password to their core was password. Sorry, no, it was actually an MSP that had access. They were their support team.
Yes.
Their team was password one. I was like, man, can you just that's crazy. Why would you not do any better? And that's how they kind of got in, because they had an open RDP, kind of same thing for troubleshooting. And they took control of the MSP and their RDP sessions, which was pretty wild.
There's another MSP that got hacked earlier this year. We got a couple of calls from it, and we did.
I feel like I should know, but I'm enticed.
You're on the business side now.
I know. I'm not a cool. Listen, I can drink whiskey if you guys want to do that with me. DEF CON coming up, but yeah, I'm not cool anymore. Tanner's cool.
So what we saw earlier this year is we got a call from a company, and we were trying to figure out how they got in, and it was really kind of ambiguous. We're not sure. We can tell where they came from. This is a system they were on first, clearly, etc. And then we had another one look very similar, and they both had Simple Health RMM. The day after,
no, and that's no. Go ahead. This is good.
This is good. The day after, we learned that there was a 0-day that came out, and they had it ahead of time. So sometimes they are getting those O-days, and they are hitting them with them, and that was also the same MSP.
Yeah.
So at first we were thinking, oh, the MSP is compromised.
Yep.
And then whenever we saw that O-day had dropped, we're like, oh, they're exploiting Simple Help.
Yep.
And these are one of the only guys using Simple Help. We're kind of, yeah. So that's
pretty. I mean, I feel like maybe there's some people out there, because I know we've kind of changed. I feel like ransomware. I didn't think I'm living through all these generations, but like it was kind of like, paying for access or ransomware. But like now I feel like the technology, we're going back to just stealing the data. And I feel like my question to you, why are we back just stealing data and not using our encryption? Because maybe they don't have the correct ransomware. Is it because of compliance, because of the government, or fear of like public embarrassment?
Why are the attackers doing it? Or
Yeah.
why are the attackers not encrypting?
Yeah.
Why would you do all the extra work if you can't charge anymore for it? It might be as simple as that. I'm just theorizing.
I mean, I feel like you're valid when you're talking about like if you shut down a company, they don't have money to give you money.
And that may be part of it as well. I mean, it makes sense. If you cut off the revenue stream, it's going to be hard for them to pay you.
Yeah.
But it's also just...
Listen, gravity is the law. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if a ghost just, I don't know what's happened.
You know, it's fine.
It's fine. Let me just hear. I know we're gonna fuck we're back. We're just gonna, I don't know. I have to do
Just gotta keep...
I don't know. We're keep rolling. That was fucking crazy. But like kind of like what's the angle for that? Like because I feel like we're going backwards, but maybe they've realized that, hey, you have disabled my company. I can't make money anymore. Like, why the fuck should I pay you? Because I mean, I'm shut down, and maybe I don't know. Maybe that's the move. I don't know if it's effective, but I would assume that they would like have so much like even the ones you talked about on the board. Like there's new ransomware teams. Maybe they're like, hey, us damaging the company where they can't make money is diabolical, and they won't pay us. But if they can just be quiet, not talk about it, maybe that's how they get paid now. Like, I mean, it's a very unique way to ransomware somebody who's not encrypted to get their data. I don't know, man. I don't agree with it. Like if I was a bad guy, I don't know. I don't know if I understand that.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with you don't need as much as skilled of an attacker. You don't need as wide of a toolbox. You don't need C2 infrastructure necessarily. You might to get your data, but not really. You don't need to keep into that network and everything. You already got the data. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Like at that point.
So it's extortion based off, I would say, laws, right?
Yeah. Based off, well, or that and public embarrassment. I have your data. Your customers are going to leave you because you let their data get out.
Well, I will definitely tell you that I was super pissed when we had a local company with my HIPAA data.
Yeah.
Not only I'm not gonna even announce it. It's very irritating as a customer. Okay, me, that's fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. I mean, you guys can find whatever. If you're halfway intelligent, you can put anything on me and Tanner. But man, when you got my kids in that,
yeah.
Oh, do you remember that one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they sent emails, so it wasn't they did not encrypt, did they?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they did either. So they stole all the I guess health, patient data, all the patient. And I could pay $150 to make it go away.
Yep.
For my records, but I was pretty irritated that it was my kids.
Yeah.
And not because like my kids like patients, they have anything that's not a secret. But what is a secret is their social, their birth date, everything they need to open a bank account or a credit line or something for my kids.
I don't really want to do business with that organization. So it definitely
I won't.
It definitely
Go into
it definitely
let her do healthcare. I'm just saying, like, I mean, that was a different technique. I don't know how good it was for. I don't know what it was for the attackers. I don't.
Well, it's an interesting idea. I don't remember how many millions of records they had, but if you took,
say what, fucking 8?
that's something like that.
I mean, I feel like I'm thinking like I'm thinking like what the population of Oklahoma is, what, 3, but they have 4 multiple across. It's not just Oklahoma. It's so I'm gonna say 8. Something like that. It's bananas.
So they imagine you hit the company up and you say, "Hey guys, $3 million, and we make this go away." They ghost you. They don't want to pay, nothing like that. You go, "Cool. I'm gonna reach out to your customers and I'm gonna give them the opportunity to pay. Let's say half of those people pay $150. You make more money by extorting the customer than you do." Like a lot more.
I didn't like go straight down to it. I wonder. I don't know the payment method for that. Was it probably Bitcoin? Something's probably big. Okay, that's all. But imagine like see, I think that's the hiccup where they're wrong, because you're contacting everybody, like seniors all the way to children.
Yeah.
How do they? I mean, I feel like they may have run some type of like, hey, if someone from 16 to I don't know 6, or we'll say 50. Can understand Bitcoin to buy it. Maybe we can make more profit off that, because I thought it was super weird that for the first time I had seen the person they attacked wasn't on the hook to pay.
Well, what if? Well, no, they were.
Do they have a ransom for them? And
then they did.
oh, they okay, they did.
And then they reached out to the customers and they said, hey, before this data goes public, before we start getting rid of everybody's data, we'll give you an opportunity to remove yourself from the data. And a lot of people probably did it. So they're either going to make nothing, write it as a loss, they're going to publicly embarrass the company, and they're going to move on, or maybe they make $100,000 and only a few people do it.
I mean,
$100,000 not more than zero.
what was? I wish I knew the exploit. We didn't ever figure that out. We didn't.
They didn't go public with how they got popped.
Damn.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
I feel like it wasn't a 0 day.
It's almost never a 0 day. Move It was their FTP.
Move it. That's what it was. I was thinking something bucket like a storage. Move it. And they gotta move it. See. Just this is Tanner and I just shooting the shit here. Yeah, man, that's just a different technique. And even coming back and saying we stole your data, we exposed. But I feel like if the government, is it when the government comes in heavier? Does it allow like somebody to want to pay more? Is for real? Is that what it is? Because it could be, because if there was no penalties from the government, I think any business might go, we don't care.
They're legally obligated to report the breach.
So that's HIPAA. We're talking like HIPAA.
Like, well, yeah, but really anything. In general, if you have a breach and you have some kind of compliance data, you have to report it legally. Yeah. So now a lot of people will probably pay to make them shut up and not have to report it. I'm sure that happens.
Oh, it totally happens.
It's not that I've ever seen that happen.
We have definitely
We're not condone that.
work with a lot of medical companies, a lot of hospitals. Yeah, never around where we're at. Clearly in a different country. What? Yeah, I don't.
So that's an idea. Maybe because the government's pressing harder on it, people are more inclined to pay.
Yeah.
But they're still obligated. Once that data's been accessed, you have to report it. We've even had certain instances where we accessed data we weren't supposed to on a pen test that caused a breach notification, which it wasn't really our fault, because although we weren't authorized for the data wasn't where it was supposed to be. We weren't supposed to have access to it. Because it was that we had access, we had to go, hey guys, by the way, oh crap, we got access to this. And they had to do a breach report just on that, even though we're not a criminal organization.
As they should, though.
It wasn't public.
Hey, we shouldn't have had access to it, by the way.
Correct. So it's, even if it's not this bad exfiltrated by criminals, they still have to report legally. So, I mean,
I think it's fair. Like, I'm not a big government guy, whether you want to think that or not. But, like, the fact that people, man, it's like banks, dude. Banks stress me out.
Yeah.
Because, like, the compliance, I know they have compliance, but, like, I don't know. Truth bomb. I don't think banks are the most secure industry.
Oh God, no.
In the world. I don't know. I think they just get away with the best they can. They skim, because banks, man, we've done some really wild stuff.
We've done a lot of
you guys want to do some really wild shit. Is we have it. So we do the so it's called FFIC for banks. They have to do, like, community banks, either a year or half a year. One of my favorite stories is, this is super low tech, so you guys, all you not technical people will love this, is they have a shredding policy, which is fine. Shredding policy, you got to shred whatever. So you gotta have it cross. You gotta have it straight and then cross. That's part of the FFIC. I love that you're just doing stuff right now. This is great. Listen, we're just doing a live. Thank you so much. This is actually pretty caramel. Like,
yeah,
I haven't had this in a long time.
It's a good whiskey.
Damn.
Shredding.
Yeah, shredder. We should have a shredder logo in our shredder here, which is kind of fun anyway. But, like, yeah, so I was doing the audit for that. I was like, I don't think these shreddings are right, which is kind of weird. So then I went to the dumpster. I'm verifying dumpster diving. And, man, I found every transaction from a bank in a dumpster. Okay, and that's the Donovan. Did you get in, like, fucking old food and stuff like? No. I don't know what happened. They just missed the dumpster guy. And here's the stupid part. All the trash bags were clear.
Yeah.
They were clear. I was like, oh, well, that's easy. So I pull out and I start putting all this stuff together. And that is the banks that handles your business. Not all of them. I'm just saying that I don't think the fact that the banks are protected by a lot of the federal government, because there's a lot of federal crimes that can be involved with that, I don't think they actually, they do their best, and I don't think they have the revenue to kind of protect that.
Yeah, well, the biggest problems that we find in this stuff, and is small town banks and stuff like that. You get these banks that have been around forever, and they've historically done good, and
Yeah.
as they've
Started in 1907.
as they
Bank of X.
larger targets for cybercrime.
Yeah.
You have one IT guy,
Mhm.
maybe if you have an IT guy,
Yeah.
and they're doing everything, and that guy probably doesn't know security. He knows how to keep the phones up.
Mhm.
He knows how to make the drive-through work.
Yeah.
He knows how to make the computers run. He knows how to get the website. He's doing his job, but now he also needs to be a cybersecurity expert.
Yeah, and and that's not fair for them. I don't know what the profit margin is, but even like a few other ones we had, where I was able to pick a lock on an ATM outside the bank, and it was clearly going to make an alarm and go off, and no, it didn't happen. No, twice didn't happen.
Well, there was one we had a physical on it, but we're way off topic. There's
No, sorry. Hey, welcome. This is Tanner and I. This is what we do on Saturday at RIP.
yeah. Oh, the Saudi.
Saudi.
Rest in peace. Our fire bar closed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. You look it up. It's, yeah,
Historically.
lost train of thought.
Okay, it's fine.
Uh,
Talk about banks and how they're not secure. I don't know how we got here. It's fine.
Well,
Hope you guys love it. I wish you guys were here. So if you're drinking, just hearing us shoot the breeze, I hope you're here. And also, I'm gonna quantify what time we're here. We got DEF CON coming up,
yeah,
and if you're there,
this
please.
might come out after DEF CON.
Probably it ain't always do before. We'll make it.
Yeah.
I know a guy and a girl that can make this happen before DEF CON.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're great, by the way. So
Yeah. So the other thing that I wanted to
ransomware.
bring up, back to ransomware, back to what you asked.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
We have all these regulations, and compliance is getting stricter.
Yeah.
Twice the ransomware.
Dude,
Does it work?
I would like to see like something that, like some grab. I mean, I feel like the FBI could pull it, or somebody could say the loss of is the money going up for that? I would think if it's double the.
Twice that ransomware has to be.
But like, are people paying it? I said that like even like in me giving speeches and blog posts and other interviews. Is it going up? But like, how the fuck do you know? Like,
No.
is an attacker be like, yeah, man, we got paid on 85% of our attacks? Like,
Some of them like to brag about how often they get paid, how much money they make.
But you also don't know if that's true. But even
A lot of the times they're lying.
yeah, and a lot of people, which you guys may or may not know, is that a lot of people don't tell the feds. And you want to hear some really hilarious? Oh, sorry, is it hilarious? It's not hilarious. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Sorry, we live in a different world. We do this for a living. Is their insurance policy says number one or number two, whatever, you have to contact the FBI and let them know you've been breached. Which I've talked to the FBI, and they say people call and say, "Hey, we've had an incident," and then they don't return their phone call. It's part of them getting their money back from the insurance company. That is part of the steps to get money back.
Mhm.
And the FBI, which again, I supposed to have a meeting with them, also with you. You don't know this? He doesn't know this yet. It's fine. It's hilarious. We have to meet with them because no one wants to talk to the feds, because if you actually have a ransomware and the feds are involved, there's an Information Act. I'm tripping. FOIA. So a FOIA can be pushed on the FBI because that's public access, right? But if you talk to the FBI and let them know you're in breach, wink, and they're not involved with it, that data is not available to you as a customer or a client or a vendor. That's why a lot of people don't go to the FBI, because that's disclosed. If they did a FOIA, it's Freedom of Information Act. They can't have access if you don't have the FBI help.
Yeah, but if the threat actors dumped all your data out there anyways.
Right. Can we talk about the backup plan for someone getting dumped and doing a restore from the dark web?
Oh yeah,
Please. Oh my God, this is a real one. That's right here. That I never had any client blow my mind. That was the one. Let's talk about it. What do you know about backups?
We had a customer who didn't handle their attack very well. They fumbled it several times. They learned from it. They're doing better now.
Yeah.
But one of the things is they got their backups encrypted.
Yeah.
They restored.
Well, hang on,
because they had backups upon backup.
I'm gonna pause them. I'm so sorry. Let's talk about NBA, NCAA, NASCAR,
Yeah.
Microsoft, like,
Well, that came later.
oh shit, no,
Yeah.
it was a nightmare.
They restored backups. They had extra backups, right?
They did,
And they plugged they back it up into a NAS. They plug into the network, and they plugged it back in. They restored their servers. What
wait.
spoiled you?
Hang on, listen. What he forgot is we were already attacking rebuilding new domain, and
Yeah. So they brought this back up. They plugged it in. They restored their servers.
good job.
They did what they're supposed to do. Re-imaged all their workstations. They didn't take everything offline. So the threat actors, they went, oh, that's interesting. We still have full access to everything on your network that you didn't restore, which was about 80%.
Yep.
And then from there, they found the NAS that they left plugged in, and then they ransomed that NAS as well.
Yeah.
So they re-ransomed the extra backup.
Yeah, they had that backup, and also we had probably worked, and I'm talking. So when we do incident response, I feel like I will say this: we are the best incident response company in the nation because we'll have boots on the ground. Can you give me TLDR about snafu, and then I'll continue my story.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, and that was one of the snafu one. So it's basically a device. It's an inline firewall. It's got a SIM built into it and some other stuff. So we'll come and we'll just stab it in line, and if we need to, we'll take it. We'll replace their firewall with it. We'll put it in front or behind, depending on the situation. Is depending on the configuration.
Yes.
So we can put it as like a bump in the wire firewall where we'll choke out all the traffic, and then I'll say, okay, I'm only going to allow DNS through. I'm only going to allow HTTP through. And we'll just start monitoring everything as it comes up with the SIM that's in the box, because it's a lot easier to look at what's going through it whenever you have your slowly. And that's been a really, really successful strategy that we have. So we stabbed it in line there in that instance.
Yeah, so we did that, which I thought you guys would appreciate that. It's, one of the best inventions we've ever made for the snafu was it does all this. We have a lot of VLANs. We even connect to cellular, all that stuff. But what's important is when we install it, the engineers want to have an LED.
Yep.
Okay. And when we install it, it's red. It's red. It means bad. And then when stuff is good, they change it to green. That way the customer knows everything's good.
People like it.
It's the best. It's the best.
Well,
it's the best to move out.
I've had so many CEOs walk on the road and be like, well, the lights are green.
It's green. So we're good. Green's good. That means the money. But yeah, so that client, we kind of rebuilt that stuff, and we rebuilt the domain, and everything was going good. And then he called me maybe 4 days. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys didn't fix it. We're re-encrypted. They're back in. I've already gotten threats and stuff like that." And I was like, "Wait, what? We made a whole different vertical." And I found out they connected the old servers to because they were being lazy with what it was. So how did they get back to using their data? Like because their data, because they came back and they encrypted their whole backups, air quotes.
A step for that on what a shit show was is before that, they started reaching. They said, if you don't pay us within X days, we're going to reach out to all your customers.
It was pretty massive.
And they were like, that was no ever. So they started emailing data. That was the customers to Disney, to NASCAR, all these gigantic companies, huge, and they're wanting us to get on the phone with lawyers for Disney. And I'm like, this is, you can have your counsel talk. I advise that nobody but your counsel talks.
Well, hold up, Don. Listen, didn't you install ADR? Does that not help us? That's what they said. Like, dude, we installed this. I'm like, dude, you don't want me on the fucking phone call. You we're not, you do not invite us. Because we're going to tell the truth, and it's going to be diabolical.
I'm not going to lie to Disney's lawyer. I'm not doing that.
Nope.
So after that went out, that was a big problem. So now they're getting calls and letters from all kinds of big companies, lawyers and stuff. So that puts a lot of stress on them. And once the dust has kind of settled a little bit on this, and we're talking about rebuilding, and we're like, you guys are pretty much screwed. Your backups are gone. And they said, so they're going to publish all our data? And we were like, yeah, they're going to publish all your data to the darknet. And they said, can you download it from the darknet? And we were like, yeah, I think, and they want to go through the data.
I feel like it was like, dude, misunderstanding. Go ahead. Sorry. It was, yeah.
They want to go through the data. And we're like, yeah, sure. And they said, can we like recompile our databases and stuff? And we're like, I mean, I guess you can.
We had to have like a meeting like, wait, hang on. Did they just tell us to download shit from the leaked dark web?
So their production databases are currently from leaked dark web data.
I guess that the backup attitude. Fuck, I don't know. Listen, I mean, I don't even know what you would call it. It's
Tertiary backup.
It's not. It's not warm. It's not cold. It's I don't fucking know. Tor,
A darknet backup.
dark neck back. Listen, and we super walked that. We thought it was a horrible idea, but hey, man, if you want to pay us to,
Yeah, I mean that's
we did good. Though we scanned to make sure it was not malicious, but like that was the most. I mean, no one's ever asked us that. We've
No.
had a shit ton.
No, that's the only time I've ever had somebody be like, I would like to rebuild my backups from. But I go, it's not like if you're in that situation. I mean, I couldn't really refute it at that point either. I was like, you know what, you died.
And they scraped the CO's desktop. They had access, and he was, yeah, I mean, he was rightly terrified.
Yeah,
I feel like if they would have went a little deeper than that, that would have got a little more spicy. But like, you know, they
well,
wanted.
I've always wondered why ransomware people don't pull iCloud backups. So if you ever plugged your phone in, it's got a backup on your computer. If you've so it's got an iPhone backup. If I were doing ransomware, I would go hit CEO's iPhone,
Yep.
and I would pull that. I would load that into like an imager. I would run it just like you would on Celebrite or
Yep.
something. I might even pay for Celebrite.
Yep.
I would run it through that, and I would start sending the CEO pictures. He don't want people seeing. I would start sending him text messages. I bet you they'd make that go away quick.
But we wouldn't because that's unethical. And Steamer, you listen, you can't do that. If you do that, it's already trademarked, and you're stealing from us, and we'll get you.
Yeah, you let me know if you do that. Fuck.
But like, you know, it's crazy. Like, again, I'm going way back, trying to draw this back to the ransom. Like, hope you guys appreciate it. It's just shooting the breeze. Literally, Tanner and I at the Silver Stallion. They're not do this more. Anyway, we just talked about ransomware teams, like how the attack mechanisms. So we're changing back, and people are just stealing data again.
Yeah, stealing.
I'm interesting.
You're
Like,
still. It's not to say you're not going to get ransomed. That's still a large portion of it.
but it is.
But we're seeing more and more people not bothering to ransom. Yeah. It's interesting to me, but it also makes sense.
Yeah.
Because why do the extra work if you don't need it? I mean,
I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Like, listen, hackers are not dumb. They're not lazy, but they're intelligent enough. Like, I'd say IT people. If I'm doing something, I'm not trying to like shovel stuff. If I can have a robot do that, I'm smart. That's why I got.
imagine if I said, "Hey, I can do 25% of the work, and you can make the same amount for all of this work that we do." You'd be like, "Yeah, of course."
Yes, of course. Yeah, and I feel like people miss that. I don't know if these people are like desperate evil people, which, you know, at the end of the day, probably, but like they're just trying to make money the easy way. Because even what actually cracked my brain was when the you just said earlier, when the playbooks came out.
Yeah,
Conti. When Conti came out, bro, I was like, oh my gosh, they are literally running a business.
Yep.
Like, so what they, if you guys don't know, is they have a company they own through, they could even buy it. They could buy access. They have a research the board, see how much the net worth is, see how many employees they have, devices. It's all linked in. It's linked in. It's literally, it's literally documented. It's literally documented.
Yeah, they said use Zoom Info to find out their value.
Yep.
And they had a Zoom Info subscription that they would share
Yep.
for all of their affiliates.
Can we talk about how they're buying Zoom Info? I'm just letting you know. By the way, it's a great tool. Let's have pixel tracking. Like, we definitely don't use that. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But like, go on. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. It's so, but
They're a great marketing research team. Like, so they have the research and
so they have so the way the organization worked is basically they have their core team, and these are the guys who they develop the locker.
Yeah.
They run a lot of the infrastructure. Yeah. They develop the new methods, things like that. And then you could pay them to be an affiliate, or you could apply to be an affiliate,
Sure.
or you could pay them a percentage.
Yeah.
So they would review people, like interview people to have them be an affiliate.
right.
And you could either say, I have access to these, I want to be an affiliate, or you could go end up being an affiliate through some other means, and they could give you an access because they also have initial access brokers that they would voice.
Access brokers. Yep. Big
So if you as an affiliate could go pay an initial access broker, you go pay somebody 10 grand, you get initial access, and then you ransomware that company with the tools you got from Conti and the method you got from Conti. And you don't really have to be an expert. You could be like a IT level 2 help desk guy.
Sure.
Just know how to use PowerShell, know how to do the basic computer stuff.
Yep.
And you could do this based on the instructions that they had. What was really crazy to me whenever that came out, I don't think I'll ever get over this, how much it looked like my pen tests. at that point in time, I was like, holy we're doing the same thing.
Did they steal me? Like, but you're like, no, I feel like we had the conversation. Like, oh my gosh, like the methodology they come through, like it's kind of crazy.
Well, I always try to do a realistic pen test. And you know, our methods evolve as we do it because I don't like attacks that are unrealistic. And sometimes they're necessary for like compliance pen tests and stuff. Like Intel and Relay is like guaranteed win on a ton of pen tests.
Yeah,
I don't like doing it that much because it's, for one, it's really easy, but it's also like if somebody gets access to an endpoint via phishing, the likelihood that they have the capability to do NCL and Relay is very low.
Yeah, very low. Yeah.
You usually need a box on the network to do that. Not absolutely true, but largely true.
Yeah, mostly. And unless they're not like upgrading their stuff, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I try to keep our playbooks realistic when we're testing.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see, it's been a few years, and we're totally different methods at this point, but they probably are too.
Yeah.
So it's interesting seeing their documents get leaked, and it's like, oh yeah, we're doing the same things. Like all the way to like ngrok out for RDP. We were doing that. We like I thought we were that was like IP for us at that point. Like nobody knows about this. And we're doing this, and nobody can find it. And like, oh, it's just such a cool attack. And it comes out and they're doing it. And I'm like, hey my God, that's crazy.
So we need to sue them because they clearly stole our shit.
They clearly stole our eyes.
So shit. Let's yeah. So that's amazing. I guess kind of like I got the ring here. We're supposed to finish up. But like, you know, like I feel like kind of ending. I guess Tanner and I haven't been on this podcast for like a year.
Yep.
We are kind of in the leaning edge. If there's something you guys have questions about or something you want to know, we're pretty cool with that. Also, we're be at DEF CON. I don't know if we're gonna give out what's the trash whiskey. I'm looking. We don't have it here.
Oh, I'll have whiskey.
No. What is the trash? We're not. You're handing it out. What's it called? Sorry, I should know. What's it called?
It's from a Malort.
Malort.
It's not whiskey.
It's not, but like, yeah,
it's a something.
Okay. Well, it's a something. It tastes like what was the description? I love it. I feel like you have it
fermented tuna sandwich strained through grave dirt.
Yes, grave dirt, which is great. Yeah. But yeah, like man, we should probably definitely do this again. I feel like hopefully you guys enjoy it. Tanner and I have a different view, me running a company and like cybersecurity, but also having kind of some back. I'm super old in technology, but like Tanner kind of has a leading thing. But we also love mostly to like, I don't know, help people elevate.
Yeah.
We have an internship as well to kind of help people kind of be a part of the team and grow them. And we had recently RIP, homie, go to the Air Force, which I appreciate. That was super cool. We didn't want to lose him, but like that makes sense. And I guess, man, kind of closing up, is there anything, I mean, the ransomware is I feel like I don't even know where to even like land, honestly.
Well, people need to be aware that it's going to be double this year, assuming that we're tracking, which I think we are.
Do we have any like details about like what's the vector? I feel like I haven't heard anything. It's always like a group and they have some, is there like, I mean, is we going back to like phishing emails?
The only thing that I've really heard is that we're seeing a lot more cloud.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the natural evolution.
Sure.
We're still seeing a lot of the same old attacks where people are phishing a desktop, where people are social engineering. Social engineering is still big.
There's botter, bro.
Yeah, I learned about that. A lot of the high profile
being actually English speaking and dominating.
Did you sure that's
great? What's up?
Did you sure I blog about those?
What's that? Yeah, was post on link there. But yeah, Scattered Spider, dude, they're back and they're hammering. They were the MGM, by the way, but also they're coming back and they're man.
Yeah. It's interesting. I think that they're.
You guys should be with DEF CON, but I won't snitch. But maybe I don't know. Like, but that's
yeah. If you're a Scattered Spider and you can prove it, I'll buy you a drink.
Yeah. Give me the wink. I don't need all that. But like, hey, like, yeah, it's so weird that they finally figured out to make an English speaking, vishing. Well,
the crazy the risk reward is different because the risk for a United States citizen or a Canadian, which it's likely one of those.
Yep.
That is doing these attacks is much higher.
Yeah. Was it
our
Black
government?
Sorry. Black Cat is who they're feeding it to.
That was one of the groups that they worked with.
Yeah, so they do access, right? They get the access, and Black Cat takes over.
Yeah, they're not like a normal initial access broker. They do more, but yeah. But they were using other companies to actually lock.
So if you guys aren't like prepared for that, I'll tell you this. It's kind of funny. Hopefully it works out. I know it will. So we are doing some AI stuff with me. I will be talking on the internet with LinkedIn. It's not me. I'll declare that. We got it filmed today.
Yep. Doing some.
And about Donovan talking to Donovan, but also we're gonna do the video kind of half to half. Is Donovan interviewing Donovan with the video? So I'm looking forward to that. But like, yeah, to the world, like I hope you guys appreciate this after dark. It's a little spicier than Secure AF. It's less corporate, but like, man, if you guys want to be a part of this and like join the team, we I don't know, we drink whiskey, talk a little bit of shit, and it's not for everybody, which makes sense. But like, this is the most real podcast you'll probably ever watch on Spotify or YouTube. But if you guys want to be part of it, let us know. I appreciate you guys kind of watching us, and if you guys want to meet with us at DEF CON, we're there every year, 100%. Anything else about this new ransomware? If you want to kind of close up, love to do that.
I just think people need to be watching, right? They need to be more vigilant than they were before. I feel like, I mean, I can say that. I don't know if it's going to happen, but
Sure.
clearly nothing that we're doing is working. I hate to be pessimistic and defeative, but it's not, because we're having more attacks than ever. The only other argument for that is maybe more people are reporting and there isn't attacks. It's a valid argument.
It scares me that here's what we know. Like,
Yeah.
but who didn't report? Because we may or may not have had companies that don't report.
I've definitely had companies tell me they don't want to.
Yep.
I try to convince them to, because it's going to hurt them more to not if they get caught.
Yeah, and also on the edge in Oklahoma cybersecurity, we are a big part of that. If you guys want to be part, whether you're in Iowa or Florida or New York, there's a lot of traction on that. I feel like for Discord,
Oh yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, the Oklahoma Cybersecurity Discord. Yeah, we're not like owners or anything, but we're big proponents of it. It's a really good group.
yeah, and you want to know who I am or Tanner? We have memes, whatever. That's the way it should be. But like, we need some help, forensics, pen testing, audit, anything. Join the group, Oklahoma Cybersecurity. We'll be there, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you guys all at DEF CON 2025. And man, what a year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to double in ransomware. Good luck. Have fun. We appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks everybody.